You want to say hi?
Hi.
Look at the camera. Say cheese.
Cheese.
He's a good sport. The last time we were baling with this baler, the last 3 bales there was a vibration, and then I was almost done. So it's one of those things you just kind of put your earmuffs on and you just keep on going. But anyway, when I got to the last bale, it got so bad I had to shut it down, and so I was expecting the worst. And if you look closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but there's a lot of play in that gearbox in the back. And so I think what it was it was allowing all this to flop around enough where this right here was hitting, you know, this part of the bracket. And so I think that's what the worst part of it was just that. I touched that gearbox that day that I was working on it, and it's no hotter than it normally is, so I don't think anything's wrong with the gearbox. Everything was still turning, so it wasn't the gearbox. But I think what it is just there's 4 bolts that hold it. I think those came loose. The exact same thing happened to my dad's baler earlier this year, and so he had tightened them down and they worked themselves loose again. So then he went back and he bought some that were a little bit longer, and I think he put Loctite in them to keep them from coming up, and knock on wood, he hasn't had any more problems. So beginning of this year, this bearing right here went out. Here it went out, and I replaced it. So what I did was I had to take this bearing apart, and to get all that out, there's 2 bolts inside of here you gotta loosen up. There's a shaft on that gearbox, and the whole shaft just pulls out, and this whole thing slides out. You put the plate back in, and then you slide it all back in, you fasten it back. Let me shut this. I had it pulled up on my iPad. Alright, so here's the gearbox that we were looking at. This goes towards the tractor, this goes to the side. And what it is these 4 bolts. There's one right here, one here, 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 and here. So this one right here, that's just the dipstick to check your oil level. But anyway, if you go up, that's the bolt I need. There's 4 of them. And it looks like on each side of the gearbox, there's a pair of wedges, I guess for spacing. I called the Shopper's dealer, and they have these bolts. So I went ahead and told them I want 4 of those. I also want 4 more that are about a ½ inch longer, because that's what my dad did with his. And they have the bolts, but they have the other small bolt and nut that holds the spacing wedges together, but they don't have the wedges. So I need 4 total, 2 on each side of the gearbox. They don't have that, so they're going to order that, and the quickest it could be here is Wednesday. It could be here tomorrow, or I guess Monday. They're closed on Sunday. They could have it here on Monday, but I'd have to charge freight, and I work Monday through Thursday next week, so there's really no point in getting it here Monday, because I won't be able to work on it because it's already pretty late by the time I get off work. So anyway, they got all this ordered, and they're going to deliver it to the store near where my wife works. And so whenever it gets here, she can go by there and pick them up, and that way I have them on hand, and so that way I can go ahead and change that out. And then while I change that out, I got the parts to fix. I mean, it's nothing really that big of a deal, but this kicker chain, it goes up. Let me see if I can get this thing over here. There we go. This kicker chain goes up right here, and then I got to put a bolt and a pin in it. That's what holds it on there. And so both sides broke the other day. So what I would do is, just to get by, I would what I would do is I would just, when it was time to make a bale, while it was net wrapping, I would back up about, I don't know, 10 feet, I don't know, and then I would pick up the door and drop it, open the door, the bale would drop out, and the kicker wouldn't, it would go out, but it wouldn't really do anything because springs weren't attached. And then I would drive slowly forward while I shut the gates. That way it wouldn't hit the bale, and I just kept going. So that's how we used to do on the older balers before they started putting the kickers on them. And so we were just kind of used to doing that. But anyway, I'll get all that fixed up and should be good to go. Tomorrow I'll probably come back down here, and if it's dry enough, I'm gonna jump in the 4250 and try to do some cutting. That way maybe by Friday or Saturday next weekend, I'll be able to go ahead and finish baling everything in this field. That's what the goal is, to get everything just done and finished. So anyhow, so there's not really a whole lot I can do today. It's kind of misting and nasty, so last thing I want to do is cut a whole lot in this kind of weather. So I'm hoping whatever this crap is gets pushed out, and then that way I can come back maybe tomorrow, and I'll just go ahead and just keep using that shredder on the 4250. Anyhow, we're gonna let this be it for the day. Fixing to go meet Bree. We're gonna go to Victoria. Since it's pretty nasty here, there's not a lot I can do. I'm gonna go with her and do some Christmas shopping with her, spend some time with her, since I won't be able to be around a whole lot. Maybe tomorrow, and then I guess Monday happens and everyone goes back to their normal, grind. So anyhow, we're gonna let this be it for right now, and then we will pick it up in a little bit. So see you a little bit. Bree found this neat contraption at Lowe's that allows you, it's upside down.
Oh, I get what she's saying.
No, it's not. I swear to you.
Okay, it's not. Anyway, this thing is made to where you can put lights on.
What was that again, baby? Wow.
It's not on there.
Okay, well, it's still on the right way.
That's on camera too.
Oh.
Anyway, these little clips. You got a wedge between the shingle and the roof.
Huh. See, the bottom part is right there.
Yeah.
Let me get down, son.
Nothing screams Christmas cheer than putting up lights on a house.
Yeah.
She's gonna say something.
Is cheer what you call this?
This is Christmas cheer, baby. Any second now.
Hold on, baby. I'm gonna have to go at this a little different way. If I had a light, that'd help. A light band decided to go on YouTube. Okay, it went in.
That's what she said.
Oh, yay!
Awesome. All right, so let me show you what happened. All that vibration, there's a lot of debris, chaff in here. I'll get all this out. I'll bring my air compressor next time I come down, and I'll blow all this out, clean all this up real good. But anyway, right here, there's a hole, and in that hole, there's a spot for, let's see, this right here, there's a dipstick to check the oil level in that gearbox right there in that hole. And then there's 4 bolts. There's this one, and then there's one over here and one back here. So I'm probably gonna have to take 1 or 2 of the hydraulic lines off to get to it over here. I'll do that after I clean all this up. But you can actually see this one right here. It's, oh wow, it just came right off. See? Let me just put it back in there. So I don't know if I can just retighten it or not, but anyhow, so maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe those wedges are still in there actually, so I don't know. We'll look at it. So anyhow, but I can't bale today anyways. There's nothing really cut besides that half a bale left that's out in the field, and it's wet. So we had about 1/10 of rain, I guess 2 days ago, maybe. Yeah, 2 days ago. And then yesterday morning it was real foggy. It was almost like a little mist, but it wasn't. It was weird. But anyway, so instead of worrying about the baler too much, Liam and I are going to be in the 4250, and we're going to do some cutting. So I have to leave here about 3 because I need to get out of here because there's hunters out on the other side of the fence. So hopefully with that 20-foot cutter, it shouldn't take me more than 3 hours to do it all, and it's only 11 o'clock, so I should be done by 2, I would think. Yeah, if not sooner. So we'll play it all by ear. So enough chit chat, let's get to work. This late in the year, I honestly feel that with it being, it's not that you're not getting that hot, dry, fierce blue sky days anymore. So I figure if I shred it, you're helping it dry out better. I fed to my cows, and quite honestly, they love it. They eat the full out of it. So I'm not saying I'm gonna do like this from now on, but I'm gonna go ahead and just keep doing this field like this, and I got one more other field I need cut. I'll probably cut it like this as well. I'll probably go ahead and take that spacer out on that other field. I have Liam in here with me. You can't see him behind me, but he's back there. See the camera, Liam? This 4250, Clayton bought me a seat for my birthday. It's you take the left armrest off and you put this little seat in there. It acts like a buddy seat. So I'm excited about getting it in here because I know Liam would love to be sitting on it. What's cool about it is that it's attached to the main seat. So both this seat and the buddy seat will have the air ride. So it would be actually smoother in this tractor than it would be in the 5100 with that buddy seat, because that was just attached to the sidewall. Anyway, he's over here. He's flying the drone for me. Bree and the girls are at the, well, they went to church this morning. I hate that I missed it, but what can you do? But after church, they're going to the Christmas mall there in El Campo. My daughter, she likes to play the piano, and she's really good at it. And so she's going to play that, and I hate that I'm missing that as well. But after the day, I have to go back to work. And this is pretty much my last chance of cutting hay until this weekend. And Friday, or Saturday, I have a gentleman who's going to haul some hay for me. He's hauling it up towards Cuero, and so he's going to need the 5100 to load his trailer up with. So I'm hoping everything I cut today, I'll be able to bale on Friday. This has worked really well using this 20-foot shredder. I was kind of leery that I was going to lose all my hay, but honestly, it doesn't really lose that much. I had it set lower earlier when I was in the other fields, but I was kind of running into some problems. It would get so thick that it would slip on the slip clutches, and so I didn't want to mess anything up. So I just, raised it up about an inch, and that seemed to help a lot. There is a cutter made by Deere, which in a perfect world I'd love to have it. It's Deere 14, TM 1410. It cuts a little over 20 feet. I think it's like 20.3, I think. Around 20 and a half feet. But it's just a cutter. It don't mulch it like this stuff is. So I imagine it wouldn't require near as much power as like this shredder does. But really anxious to want to see how that. I would love to see what actually in person, working. But again, if you use that, well, then you're back to having to rake it, because it has two separate cutter bars, and it just lays it over. It doesn't condition it. It just lays it over. And it's not one 20-foot bar. It's two bars that they just barely overlap a little bit, but it cuts, like I said, a little over 20 feet. And so you definitely have to go out and rake it. I watched one YouTube channel. It was Gulfshay Farms. They have a Vermeer 1200. I think it's 1200. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry, Dave. But it looks like it cuts pretty good. I mean, I like the way how it transports. It just folds in, and it's easy to get down the road. The Moco we use, 956. The way you trailer it down the road, you gotta back up the dolly, and then you swing it over, and the tongue locks in a perpendicular position, so you're pulling the cutter down the road sideways. And when you do that, it's literally, I think it's right at 8 feet wide, maybe a little bit more. But the new John Deere Mocos, they have one. It's a little bit bigger than that one. It's, I think, 16 feet cut, 16-foot cut. We were really, liking that idea to get one of those, but the only problem with those, they don't have a transport mode. You literally just got to tow it down the road, and I'm not thrilled about having to pull something 16 feet wide down the road everywhere we go, because there are a few places that are hard to get to. I don't know. It's literally only a foot wider than what I'm running right now within the Moco I have, so I don't think it'd be worth it. It's the same It's the same mower that's on the front of the self-propelled that John Deere makes. What I like about this is that the shredder here is 20 feet. So 3 passes I've done 60 feet. If I had the mower conditioner going, what took me 3 passes with the shredder would take me 4 with that one. I had to shut down about 3 to get the tractor back to where we were at, and then getting the other tractor with the baler, I just left it hooked up and went and grabbed 2 bales out of the hayfield. You can see them, these right here. All I need is 2, and she's talking to. I don't know. Anyway, that was my son Liam. But anyway, we got these 2 bales of hay on the trailer. I'll take these to our cows to feed them, and I know they need it. I'll go back to work tomorrow, so go ahead and get them fed now so it'll last them all week. So anyway, hopefully tomorrow I'll come back down here and I can cut until I'm done with those fields. I think that's it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this video rather short, and I appreciate y'all watching to the very end. And again, my name is Will. Thank you for watching the channel. Y'all have a blessed day. Talk to you later.